Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name's Demortom, and welcome to Common Sense and Chaos. Thank you again for joining me. I appreciate that on another Conan Exiles modded with the EEWA and several other mods. This particular video is set on the wings of the announcement that Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out on October 6th. And the intent of this channel is to sideline this particular video set until that Baldur's Gate 3 series is completed. I actually don't have a time frame for that, but I also don't want to leave you guys in the lurch. So though this video is going to be more of, first, a thanks to the community, but also a constructive criticism to Funcom that I hope that they'll hear. So bear with me and let me talk for a minute. First, to the community. The last video I had showed that there was an issue with being able to break down weapons, and the community came back. Thor's Forge, I'm going to give you absolutely 100% of the credit. He came into the comments and said, these are legendary weapons that are out in the world. They are not able to be broken down. 100% correct. Thank you very much, Thor, for clarifying that. You know, some things you know, but you don't honestly remember. And the more I got to thinking about it, the more it seemed like an idiot thing, but I'm thankful that the community is there. So just thank you so much, personally. Thor's Forge, thank you. Guys, go into the comments and let them know, hey, you know what? You're appreciated and your insight is valuable. Thank you. Having said that, to the community side of things, guys, honestly, thank you so much. The videos have now hit over 500 views. Wow, I'm awestruck, and I know this will continue. I can't believe. Wow, thank you. I'm up to 30 subscribers. Guys, I never would have believed that even possible, and I'm humbled. It's because of you. It's because of you. It may not seem like much from your end, hitting that subscribe button, whether or not you actually do, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. It may to you specifically that you support that channel. For me, the way I view it is, it's saying, you know, good job. Even if I don't agree with every part of that content, it's my way of letting creators and people know that somebody's out there. Somebody values that effort. And when they go forward and they grow and they change, I want them to know that I was there. I just want to say, keep it up. Good job. Comments are meant for your specifics. I guess that's the way I look at it. When you comment to something, you are lending your support or your negativity. And in either direction, both can be invaluable. Now, there are ways to go about it in constructive, but I see them both. I see the bad comments, I see the negative comments, I see the blatantly rude comments, and those are good things to me. Because in this world, enemies, people who don't like you, and I don't mean like mortal enemy, they're there to just take you out, although they do exist. Enemies are happy to point out to you the horridness of any one thing you do. They are first, generally, to point out that little button. But that's a good thing. Because if they can see it, it means it's a actual situation you need to look at. Your friends, generally when they tell you that you should change something, more often than not, they sugarcoat it. They're very dialed back in how they say it because they do care about your feelings, whereas somebody who has no interest in you or hates your guts from the bottom of their heart really could care less how they come across. And both are valuable, and I would hope that you guys would understand that. That's that common sense portion. So again, thank you so much for the subscriptions. Thank you for the hours of view. Thank you so much for hitting those notification bells. We're still down on those that have subscribed. Lots of people have seen it, but not everybody subscribes. Again, that's your personal choice. I would love to have your subscription, but I don't have to. And I value your rights in choosing that. But if you have subscribed, do hit that notification bell. I will come out with 2 videos a week. Although starting from this point on, after this video, will be the Baldur's Gate series that will come out every Tuesday from there on out. Thursday's episodes will specifically be to Sipta. And now, for the other side of this. This particular message is for the community and Funcom. And I will hope that you hear this with the constructive criticism and the love of this game that my community really has. The 3 big issues that I'm currently having in this series is, number 1, the mechanics of fighting. This is something Funcom has made very clear that they want to make in a more realistic fashion. They have changed weapon designs. They have changed weapon actions. I mean, anybody who started with the 2-handed sword from the very beginning of the series knows that's gone through at least 3 clear changes in how they fight. But they have not caught up to the, what I believe is capable realism to validate those actions. And I'm hoping these things are coming. We are being told they are. I know that Funcom is very passionate, especially the designer behind that is very passionate about making it more realistic. But I gotta tell you, I got a big one on me. And that is the shield. Now, I have brought this up in a SIPTA video, but for those of you who didn't see it, it simply comes down to, if an attack comes and it's blocked, why the hell does it blow through the block and still hit your thrall? Now, for some instances, that makes sense, but I am going to give a clear guideline of what I mean. I'm going to talk horizontal slashes, and I'm going to express this from the position of the enemy making a slash, a horizontal slash. If from the enemy's eyes, he is going to take a right-hand slash from right to left, and I am on his physical right with a shield, and my thrall is on his physical left or center and doesn't have a shield, if that enemy throws his swing from right to left and I block it with a shield, there is no good reason it should blow through my shield and hit that thrall. 0. Whether that's a combo or not, 0. The same is true in vice versa. If that enemy is throwing a horizontal slash from left to right, and my thrall is on his physical left and I am in his dead center, there is 0 reason why, if my thrall is blocking with a shield, it should blow through that shield and hit me. 0. This is something that definitely needs to be taken into account. I understand, Funcom, you want combos to go off, and I get that. But the whole point of having a shield in the game is to block those combos from happening. Yes, it is, in that sense, exploitable, but you screw up on the shield, that's your problem. But that's the other side of that coin, which is your shield use mechanics are also screwed up. I would say probably 1 in 6 blows past the shield even despite it being used correctly. In line with the shot, blocking, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. I've spoken about it. I have seen several people speak about it, that the use of the shield is sporadic at best. We know when we put that shield up. We know when we have that button held. It is a specific key we can physically touch. We know is down that should hold that block. And unless we release that key, we are in block. Now that doesn't mean that every attack. So I'm also speaking to that. Funcom, your overhead slash with your two-handed sword, absolutely. That shield is not going to 100% block that. That, if any area, should have the 1 in 6 chance of actually blocking that attack. It should definitely not block an attack from the Red Mother, because that overpaw is going to hit a big area. But I think your overhead slash hit zone is a lot bigger than it should be. There should be no reason that if I'm on his right and he overhead slashes to his center and I am way right, there's no reason that it should hit me, and yet it does. So, perchance you guys can look at that. Another thing I'm going to talk about is the AI interaction. Again, Funcom, my community has come back to me several times with several messages begging me to get you to look at the 38-second cap. It is still happening with thralls. If I tell my thrall to attack only, and I send him to attack, and he does not kill the enemy within 38 seconds, he comes wandering back with a dopey look on his face, going, well, I guess it's your turn, because I'm not doing it. And that's not what it should be. If I put him to attack, he should continue to attack until one of two things happens. I die, or it dies. It's that simple. Nothing else should take that away. Now, if I tell him to go, I guess there's a third option. If I tell him to stop attacking, he should stop attacking. But he shouldn't continue to do so if I have told him to attack that particular enemy. There's zero reason for him to just stop in the middle of the fight, 38 seconds into the fight, and just say, well, I give up. That's the end. Oh, well. Zero. Zero. Please, take a look at that. I'm begging you. The last major one is in Conan Exiles only. This is the only place that I'm seeing this major problem. And the reason I call it a major problem is because one of the major boss fights that we, as a community, as a set of Conan players, deal with regularly to try to gain the items that this particular boss has is huge. It's huge. And I'm speaking about the Red Mother. Drop rates aside, that Red Mother fight is a Red Mother of a fight. Anybody who is currently dealing with the same issues that we have dealt with time and time again, the issues being undermeshing, whether that is your thrall falling through, the Red Mother falling through, or my favorite, shooting weapons that fall through, meaning arrows, globes, stuff like that, where they don't actually explode on the surface, they explode below the mesh, which is happening as well, should not happen. We have dealt with this problem, Funcom, of that undermeshing on more than 2 occasions. And repeatedly, when something gets fixed, it goes back to being wrong. Now that means there's a common denominator there, because the undermeshing that is happening has to be a common denominator. You have fixed it before, it has gone bad again. You have fixed it before, it has gone bad again. And now it has gone bad again. That undermeshing has to stop. There is no reason for the head of my thrall to be hanging out below the belly of the Red Mother because of an overhand paw attack or just falling through. From quite literally from that desert area in her corner where the corruption is, all the way back and up 2 flights of stairs. There should be no area in there that is causing that undermeshing unless something is not written correctly. And obviously you guys know what that is because you have fixed that in the past. Additionally, one of the other problems with the Red Mother, though this one I want you to take into account, overhead paw attacks should crush the hell out of anything below it, shield or not. If you have not rolled out of the area, you should get hit by an overpaw attack. I'm sorry, that is one that has always bothered me. That's one that should be in the fight. That you cannot block that overpaw attack. You just need to not be there. As it was said in the Karate Kid, no best defense, no be there. I absolutely agree. Thank you, Mr. Miyagi. My poor interpretation. You're going to get hit. That's all there is to it. Move out of the way. Don't be there. Don't take the hit. There is no reason a shield should block that. Fire and the tail, on the other hand, and even the skull attack or the charge attack by some degree should be blockable. The charge attack, I'm on the fence about. I think this should also be the 1 in 6 chance to actually stop it. And I do believe that's the way it should be. You got that much force moving at you, I don't care how big your shield is. You're moving. That's all there is to it. You're going to go away. Fantasy or not, that one needs to be looked at. The last part of the Red Mother is just my beg for you, which is this zone blocking. Now, I've talked to a couple people and they're having the same problem. Admittedly, only 3 have had this situation come up, but it is recent. The zone area, meaning from where the Red Mother sits, moving toward the War Maker, from that zone back, that should be an open zone to play. I understand resetting that particular enemy, that if they go too far, they reset, they're not going to go out of their zone. But mandating that it be a solo attack in that zone where corruption is happening is not correct. We should be able to kite the enemy quite a distance outside of that corruption to avoid that corruption. If your plan is for something else, then you have to turn it into a similar fight as the boss snake in the Unnamed City, which means putting up walls, putting up an area where we have to go in to do that fight because we cannot pull that enemy. And yet, by that same sense, I can kite that snake all the way out to the War Maker. I can get that snake to come out of that area. It's a pain, but I can do it. But there is no reason for the Red Mother to just simply poof and disappear. 0. And there's no reason that it should be that way unless you intend it to be that way, and then you should design that area specific for that way. That's all I'm trying to say, Funcom. Having said that, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to turn this video into a rant whatsoever. I do want to say the series will continue. My plan is to do maybe 1 or 2 videos over the next few weeks. I am not abandoning the server whatsoever. The plan there is to continue to play, continue to have good people, good fun, a great community. If you guys are interested in this and you're on PC or on PlayStation, go check out Whack4863. He runs both those servers on PlayStation and on PC. They are great. The community is very welcoming, very understanding, and without a doubt, it has my heart. Has my heart. They are truly involved in their Discord. They're truly involved with trying to fix things. Josef is on the game and plays regularly. What a godsend, the god of mod, as I absolutely lovingly call him that. It's from the bottom of my heart. The community that we have, Bandy, Stormy bless you, Green Ranger, Beast, Whack, Phoenix, who are one and the same, if you haven't figured that out, Jake, all of those, Joel, Josh, all of that community is so tight and so wonderful. And if you're looking for a wonderful place to play, and you're looking for a great community, and you're looking for a good heart and helpful people, absolutely go there. They are vested, they are awesome, and they are so big-hearted. And again, I just want to speak to that. So I have no intention of leaving. I am going to grind like crazy. I am going to do a change of my build. I have to pull up every single item that is on every single foundation for any updates into my particular build, but I am going to go with the storm glass. I probably will show that in a short video and just kind of put that out there, but it'll be in addition to the regular videos that come out. But to the rest of you, thank you. Thank you. Good and bad, thank you. To Funcom, thank you for making a good, very good game. And I cannot wait to see it be the fantastic, deeply beautiful game that I know you're trying to make. So please, please, keep it up. And if you need anything, ever, I mean, people are full of ideas, but if you ever need anything, advice, talk, quick conference, I don't even care if it's an email saying, we heard you, so I can tell my community, Funcom heard us. Please send it. Oh, and to answer the last thing, I had somebody comment that said they did not see Demortom Gaming in the forums. You're absolutely right. You won't. I don't want a bias to be taken when it comes to a community voice. And oftentimes it is. It doesn't really have to do with the size of my channel. It doesn't have to do with any of that. But I don't want there to be a bias that could be taken. I'd rather it be above reproach and just be one more anonymous person in the forums who's saying, guys, take a look at this. However, my voice is in there. It just doesn't say Demortom or gaming. Know that I am vested. Know that I am vested on PC as well as Xbox as well as PlayStation. Though I don't play PlayStation, you're my console, you're my heart. Know that when I say I'm going to do something, it damn well sure means I'm going to do something. And that includes when gripes come. But that also includes when we should give credit where credit is due. Funcom. SIPTA is a whole lot of fun. It really is. You've done fantastic. It's great. I will say there are issues with lighting and stuff like that, but it's all small stuff. Is there undermeshing issues? Yes, there is in some locations, but it's a whole lot of fun. And I'm very appreciative of what you've done. And from what I hear from the community feedback for those who are on PC and early access, we enjoy it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And personally, thank you. It was worth the price to me. If nothing else, the major change of scenery and the additions that you've given and the future that I believe will be there is fantastic. That's it for this video. I'm sorry it turned into more of a talkie than it did of an adventure, but I care. And I care a lot about the community, playability, realism, hope, entertainment, and about the bringing people together in a game that can be fantastic if it's not left to die behind. So, if you have a vested interest and you have a vested time, bring it forward. Let me know. Talk to me. Tell me. Yell at me. Scream at me. Really, I don't care. Send an email. Send a comment. Send a fax. Send a pigeon. Heck, I'm okay with you sending somebody else to do those things. Send a note if you can't talk about it. But let's talk. Let's have a voice. Let's come together. To everybody, stay safe, and thanks. Have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, people will tell you what to think. Friends ask you what you think. So what do you think? Leave a comment down below, and while you're there, hit that like and subscribe button. Stay safe and take care.